Blackity black, blacker than black, black. I'm blacker than black, yo. Because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black.
Chill. Hey. Y'all ain't know these shit. Ain't safe no more, fuck boy. No, they ain't safe, nigga. Ain't no motherfucking secret, nigga. Travel motherfucking die, nigga. Zone 1, Zone nigga. Mac Town, lace them up, put them on, nigga. Pull them on. Chill. Slick puller, what's happening, nigga? USDA, nigga. I'm here. Hey.
You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day.
I want that pipeline in Chicago. Once you start it, it can't be undone.
I hear you got a storm coming. That little sidekick of yours.
Well, this is gonna
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Nimes YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key. And we back with another TV show review. And we got Power, Book 4, Force, Episode 4, Storm Clouds review. We pretty much are starting back off with this episode with Tommy doing what he's doing as far as trying to get, well, I would guess call his organization together, if that's what you want to call it, as far as what he's trying to do as far as in Chicago. Like I said, he's trying to go piece by piece as far as getting other organizations on the same page in order to make things work where it won't be like wars or whatnot, where it won't be bloodshed and where you won't have cops involved, because I pretty much, that's the end game as far as not having bloodshed once you start coming on other people's territories. So that's pretty much what he was doing, especially with that last episode. But as you can see, Walter Flynn is pretty much on old man time, and he still on that shit where old Irish blood shit like that, race or whatnot. He's not really trying to really still deal with somebody like a Diamond or even I forgot the other guy. It wasn't the other guy, it was the other organizations, because they only brought Diamond to the table. That's the only person he asked for. But one thing I want to say, as far as the whole Flynn thing, and as far as what it pertains to Tommy, I went into this series going off the trailers or whatnot, and don't get it twisted. I don't want the trailers to give me everything. I don't want to know everything, because this episode has some surprises in it. One thing I would say, though, is that even with the whole Flynn organization and his thing he got going on as far as Walter Flynn, they are not intimidating, especially Walter Flynn. This nigga done told Tommy, you better leave my city. Tommy comes back to his city, tell him I ain't going nowhere, and not only that, I'm trying to start an organization in your town. I'm sitting here like, that's it. You got to shoot this nigga Tommy in the kneecap or something. My thing is just saying, I want somebody who's going to be a reasonable foe for Tommy, because what we getting right now with Flynn is not, it ain't that, especially with the big guy Walter Flynn. With Vic, man, they had me all wrong with Vic. That first episode, I was like, oh, he gonna be tripping over old girl Gracie because she's smashing Tommy, but he really is not with that. He really likes the old girl that Tommy is sleeping with, but he is not gonna let that get into the way of the business. He is not, like, he on some shit where this shit temporary, nigga. You ain't gonna be around forever. She's still fucking with me. And even with Tommy, because they come to some type of reasoning in this episode, and I'm it's really making me like Vic Flynn out of the whole Flynn family the most out of everybody, even including his sister or whatnot. But they just come to this reasoning, and it lets you know just how important the organization, well, not the organization, but just how important the business is as far as what they're both trying to do, especially with Vic trying to prove a point, not only to his family, but to himself, knowing that he can still do things and make things happen. And he's open-minded. He's trying to work with everybody, but his father, Walter Flynn, he ain't trying to hear none of that. And you really see that with him and Tommy in this episode. And even with Tommy's like, yo, it's something that it's something that he does with Grace, as far as the girl he's messing with that Vic is in love with. And he like, yo, I can't let this get in the way of the business. So that's something that I really actually like in the exchange between them two as far as Vic and Tommy. And I'm like, damn, I thought they was going to do something else with that, and I'm actually liking what they doing with this, because we could end up having Vic, Diamond, and Tommy basically being like this little thing that's going to become the new organization and the new powerhouse in Chicago, whatever Tommy's trying to build. As far as Leanna, man, we finally get some answers to the package. You know, the package with the spite on the front. And this pretty much has ties back to the Serbs. You remember the Serbs? This is Milan, you know, the nigga that would eat people, well, they say they were eating people. He the one, you know, Ghost and them took out, who was pretty much bodyguarding for a ghost in disguise or whatnot, but he was really the big guy with the Serbs or whatnot. And his sister ends up making an appearance in this episode, which I forgot about. And I got one question. Did the Serbs, this one thing I can't remember, because I have seen them mentioning Jason, but did he have any connection with the Serbs? Because I know he had some things going on in Chicago too. Have they mentioned it? Maybe I could be out of place, because even with the whole situation with Liliana, and I hope I'm saying her name right, man, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot. But a lot of things are coming into play. I did not forget about the Serbs though, because even when I seen the package, I was like, I remember the cars they was leaving on Ghost's desk and the cars that he was leaving when he was trying to take everybody out or whatnot. But the Serbs do come back into play, and I'm actually glad they came back into play, because to be honest, I'm looking for somebody who's going to be a reasonable foe for Tommy, somebody who's going to give Tommy trouble, because like I said, the Flynn family ain't shit, and it's not really Vic trying to work with Tommy. Claudia, she's trying to somewhat start her own little thing too, because Walter Flynn does not want Claudia in the illegal part of the family business. He just want her, like I said before, legal shit. And she wants to do her own thing. And she's got some type of product that's like experimental product that's pretty much, it's Coke, but it's like got some extra ingredients in it or something. So it's going to be real interesting to see what they're doing with that, because she makes a play in this episode, and I'm not going to give it all away, but she does make a play in this episode. It's going to be real interesting to see where they go forward with it as far as Claudia and what she's trying to do. But like I said, as far as the Serbs go, I'm glad they showed back up. But in the same time, it does still make Tommy kind of look invincible, man. Look, man. One thing about me when it comes to these type of shows is, give me, as much as I love my protagonist, the guy we rooting for or whatnot, it's only as good rooting for him as the protagonist is only as good as his enemy or his villain. You know what I'm saying? It's only as good, because if this guy feel like he can't get killed or he invincible, it's really like not no tense moments. It's really like no build up, because you're like, oh, he gonna be good, he gonna make it. That's the thing about shows like Ozark, and I'm not trying to keep comparing Ozark or Snowfall to Power or whatnot, but think about even the certain spinoffs. Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, it seemed like a lot of tense moments in there. It seemed like a lot of moments where certain things could go off the rails at any time. Even with the original Power, Ghost seemed like he was always in some shit where he had to get out of some shit, and he was just at the nick of time he was able to do it, or he was up to his neck with some shit where he almost not about to get out of it, even with him and Tommy and the whole situation with Tommy. But now it's kind of feeling like with Tommy series, even with Power Book 2 Ghost, I ain't gonna say it feels like Tariq is invincible, but it just feels like at certain moments where they gonna be good. We ain't gotta worry about them. It ain't like with Franklin, where you can see, even at the nigga Franklin season 5, the first 2 episodes, this nigga look like he almost about to already go through it. Ozark, Marty is always going through it. Marty is always in some shit, and you don't know if this nigga gonna get through it or not. With this, it's like Tommy seems like he's just invincible at the moment. And that's all I'm saying. I do want some moments, or I do want somebody to come in and give Tommy a little trouble. I don't want it to seem like that he just good no matter what. That's all I wanted to say as far as that pertaining to the series, though, as far as the show is going. And I do want to see some, I wanted to get more tense with Tommy moments. I want to be like, oh shit, Tommy, he might not make it out of this situation or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Pertaining to Diamond and Jannard is pretty much still on his little plot, whatever he's coming up with, and at this moment I feel like he's trying to pretty much kill Diamond. Like, I'm at the point where I feel like he wants to kill Diamond, he wants to take him out, and he does kind of explain and get into some explanation, and we kind of get those hints, and we knew these things even when Diamond first got out, but he really dives into it the way he gave up his life, the way he wasn't even really going to be in the streets. And I enjoyed that. I really liked that moment with Jannard pretty much explaining situations where, like, he was supposed to be going to college. He had certain things going on, and when Diamond ended up getting locked up, he pretty much started running the CIB or CBI. I'm sorry I keep messing up the name if I do, but you know what I'm trying to say as far as the whole, what they had in Breaded. If I'm not mistaken, what is it called? The Chicago Brothers Incorporated, so it's got to be CBI. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. I apologize, but it is really interesting to see where Jannard is coming from and how he's feeling. And I'm getting more of an understanding why he's doing the things he's doing, or what he's being up to, even though I feel like it's real slimy. That's your brother. But the thing about Diamond is Diamond, like I said, Diamond's still out of that fresh out of prison mind state. And not only that though, he has a different mind state from before he went in. And whoever he was before he went in, which pretty much was basically probably on some savage mode shit, that's just not who he is. But give or take, it's like, is he not trying to be a part of the whole criminal organization of the things they doing as far as illegal things, or is he? Because he seems like he just off a little. I'm not trying to be fun, bro just seems like you asking him something, you talking to him, he like, yeah, but see, it ain't how that's go. You got to be one way. And I'm like, I get what he trying to come from, especially with the exchange he had with him and Tommy, as far as when they start talking about the Serbs or whatnot. I do like that exchange, but I kind of get what Jannard coming from at certain points and moments where it's like, bro, I've been out here doing what I've been doing for 15 years while you've been locked up, keeping things running. And like I said, I get it, because it's more understandable once Jannard get into details of everything that he had going on. If I miss those details in like the first 2 or 3 episodes, let me know. But if I'm not mistaken, he didn't mention that stuff. So when Jannard starts mentioning certain things in this episode, as far as him about to go to school or whatnot, you got an understanding of where he coming from, because he pretty much shut all that school shit down and said, yo, I'm gonna be in the streets and I'm gonna hold this organization down as far as CBI or CIB until you get home or whatnot. So, and then when you get out and you come home, it's like, I've been doing all this work. I've been putting all this work in, getting all these crew, gathering all these soldiers together as far as the people to help run the organization, or the people he got out in the streets as far as the kids or whatnot. And now you want to come in and try to take it from me? That's pretty much where Jannard is coming from. So it is an understandable thing, even though, you know what I'm saying, you get what Diamond is, because that's the thing though. I'm confused with Diamond, because it's like, I hear what you're saying about the whole shoot first, ask questions last. You shouldn't be on that type of time, but it's like you still seem like you are trying to be involved with what's going on. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Another very interesting thing in here, and probably one of the things I'm really loving about this series as far as Tommy spinoff, is JP. We get a scene with JP and his son, and if you know by now, JP does not know his son is the one who's been vandalizing his bar or whatnot. And in this episode, it's a scene, and it's like, whoa, and I don't want to get spoilers or anything, but they do kind of come across each other, and it's kind of an exchange. But you know, JP's son, he got the picture of his dad. He know who his daddy looked like or whatnot, but you know, JP ain't seen him since he was a baby. He don't have any idea like what he looks like at the age that he's at. If I'm not mistaken, his son is 16 or 15, right? Y'all let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. But and his son, his name is D-Mac in the series. But yeah, they do have a little exchange in here, and I cannot wait, because I do want him to know that's his son. But I'm hoping that they gonna do something crazy where one of them end up getting killed, or his son get killed or something. I hope they don't do that, because I feel like they trying to lean towards that part, because I love that scene, man. You can see it in the look in his face where he caught notice of that his father. But the exchange, and like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but it is a little bit of an exchange, but it's just a confusion, especially with JP, man. Speaking of JP, probably some of the best moments and some of that humanity that they actually have given Tommy, especially in his own spinoff, is with him and JP. You remember the scene where he was pretty much trying to give JP some money, and JP was like, man, I don't know what you're doing to get this money, this and the third, and blah, blah, blah. But you really get that presence from him in this scene as far as what they got going on in the exchange they got going on in this episode, because it's pretty much a guy there. And shout out to that guy. I remember him. He played on The Chi. He was running the chicken shop. And if y'all know who I'm talking about, you'll know who the guy is once you see him in this scene. I can't remember the guy's name or the actor, but he's pretty much the guy who raised JP when, you know, Tommy and JP's mama left Kate or whatnot, when she left or whatnot. But he's the guy who raised JP. And you can see, I love the exchange between him, JP, and Tommy. And you honestly in this scene kind of get we already understand why Tommy who he is, or why he goes the route he goes, but you also get a scene in here where you see Tommy kind of like, damn, if I wouldn't have been raised by Kate and I would have been able to, you know what I'm saying, be in this environment with JP, maybe I wouldn't be who I am to this day. And I like those type of scenes. That's what I'm talking about. You have moments like that with Power where they actually take you to these moments with this writing and take you to a little bit of a deep moment, and I actually like that exchange between Tommy JP and the guy that raised JP, because the guy, he already not really trusting Tommy, and it's like you can see that he kind of sensing the thing about Tommy. You know, we know who Tommy is or whatnot, but it's really going to be interesting to see how this plays out between JP and Tommy, because JP, I think, got a sense of who Tommy is or whatnot, but he's not fully disclosed on what Tommy got going on. And you see Tommy is not really trying to tell JP all of what he got going on, and it's understandable. And I like that vulnerability they are giving Tommy, especially in his own series, but the relationship between him and JP. That's one of the best things about this series and these moments. I got to go back to Liliana. The whole thing with the Serbs, man. Do she know a little bit more than we think she do? I will say she wasn't around when that whole Serbs came into the picture or whatnot. She was long gone. Ghost had already sent her off or whatnot. But it just seemed like certain moments are coming up. Give or take, she holds it down. Like, it's a scene in here where they're pretty much trying to question her, because it's like the henchmen for the Serbs pretty much come and gang up on her, asking her what a product good or whatnot. But that's my thing. It was like, okay, did she know that she had that product, or she didn't know? I feel like it's some things going on with her, and she might have a little bit more information that she's giving out. And I even feel like maybe Tommy is sensing it too, because he does question her, but he kind of cut the question off too quick. And I know Tommy ain't, when he got this little hinge where he don't trust you, he feel like you hiding a little bit of shit, he gonna stay on you about it. You remember him with Keisha and how he was with her when that whole thing happened, when she got pulled over by the cops in the original Power or whatnot. But that's one thing I am interested in seeing, is how this relationship is going to continue to go between Tommy and Liliana, and I hope I'm saying her name right. Speaking of Liliana, she does have a scene in here with her and Jannard, and I actually enjoy that scene between them a little bit. It's kind of plays a little too long, but it does kind of give a little hint of maybe they're going to have some little thing going on, you know, just trying to lead up to that. But Liliana and Jannard do have a little exchange to have a little moment in the scene or whatnot. But other than that, I do want to know if she is hiding a little bit of information. Do she know more that she's giving off? Other than that, no. That's pretty much all I have for this episode of Power Book 4 Force, episode 4, Storms Coming. I hope I said the name of the episode right. It's Storm Coming, or something about a storm. Anyway, y'all let me know in the comment section. How did y'all feel about this recent episode of Power Book 4 Force? Like I said, I'm enjoying the series so far. I do want them to make Tommy, I ain't gonna say, one thing about it is they do make Tommy a lot more vulnerable in this series as far as his own spinoff. Give or take, the character has to grow. It can't be, it's still Tommy, but at the same time, like I said, even going into those first couple episodes, he's given more chances than he would have in that original Power. He's a little bit more held back and calmer than he was in the original. He can go in. At the same time, he's a lot smarter too. He is a lot smarter, and that's one thing I will give Tommy credit for. Other than that, only thing I will say is that they did kind of make the Flynn family seem like they was going to be a problem, but Walter Flynn does not seem like a problem at all right now. He don't. That's why I am glad they don't burn the Serbs back into the picture, and hopefully they're going to give Tommy a little bit of some trouble so we can kind of get some moments where we like, okay, now here we go, because it just seems like right now Tommy just can't be touched. That's all I'm saying. And one thing about it is, as much as I want to root and I want to see our main guys win, I still want to see them and some obstacles get in the way. That's what gets the TV show going. That's what, you know what I'm saying, excitement, the rush. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this recent episode of Power Book 4 Force. Let me know in the comment section, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload new videos. This is the road to 500 subs. Shout out to all my recent subscribers who just subscribed to me. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all my subscribers who've been subscribed to me, who've been checking me out since I started. I do appreciate y'all. And shout out to everybody who be taking time just to watch me do what I do. I appreciate all y'all. By the way, you need to go, if you like what I do as far as my reviews on Power Book Force, as far as Power, Snowfall, or whether it's Bel Air, I am going to be getting on Bel Air. I think I'm going to just wait till the series over and do a whole season review. But if you like my content as far as pertaining to Power, Snowfall, you definitely need to go check out Pretty Girl Trap content. She is always on it. You need to go check out Big Brello. He is on it as far as Snowfall, Power. Bel Air. You need to go check out Back of the Bus podcast. They on all of it, man. I definitely love the exchanges between them. You definitely need to go check out these YouTube channels. That's Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. That's Big Brello, and that's Back of the Bus podcast. And last but not least, definitely go check out Perk Minded. He has definitely been on the recent Power Book 4 Force content. And he's on a new show too, as far as Perk Minded, called From. That's on Epics. It looks like it's pretty good, and he's been doing reviews on that. So definitely go check out their content if you like and enjoy what I be doing. Once again, those YouTube channels that you definitely need to go subscribe to if you subscribe to my channel. Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content, Brick Brello's YouTube channel. My bad, Perk Minded. You need to go check out Perk Minded. And last but not least, I forgot my man name. I said Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content, Big Brello, Perk Minded, and Back of the Bus podcast. My bad, y'all. Back of the Bus podcast. Definitely go check them out if you like this type of content as far as Power, Snowfall, and Bel Air. Definitely go check them out. Other than that, man, we out.
This is gonna go good.
The drug game has changed. The way to make real money is to join forces.
Hey, you decided to go behind your daddy's back.
He doesn't need to find out.
Secrets bring drama. Drama brings problems.
I don't feel comfortable unless I know I went above and beyond with my preparation. The things that possibly could happen, if I ain't take real steps to prevent those things, I'm not comfortable. I can't walk around, charismatic and happy. Nah, I gotta make sure, we setting up some type of wealth, because